Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Kevnesha. I'm so glad that you're here. Welcome to Ekow Body Live. I don't know what I'm going to call this. Ekow Body Prime.
Ooh,
That sounds good.
I like it. Let's roll with it.
Well, I'm so glad you're here. It's been a joy working out with you and watching you transform over the last 4 months.
Yeah.
4 months.
Yeah.
So I wanted to take this time. I know you'd been talking a lot about your 90-day transformation and you were looking forward to it. And it kind of came and went quietly a little bit. And there's something really interesting about being so like focused on a specific date. And then when it comes and goes, you realize maybe it wasn't that big of a deal, right? It's just normal now. So I want to get into how your experience has been overall, starting your I can't call it starting a wellness journey because you're definitely into wellness already. But this particular part, like fitness and like I'd say hardcore for you. For sure. And of course, I just asked you 15 questions, but I didn't say, hello, thanks so much for tuning into this video. I'm Candace Dorman, owner of Ekow Body Wellness. I'm a strength and visibility coach. And today I'm with Kevnesha Boyd, who is one of my prime clients and friend over the last few years in New Haven. So I just wanted to come on and talk to you a little bit about your experience.
Hey.
So first, tell us about you, because again, this is not that you're not new to wellness in any sense of the word. So tell us a little bit about that, and then we'll get into your fitness journey.
So thanks for the introduction and creating this space to be here. This feels really good, and I'm excited about this conversation. I'm Kevnesha. I have been a trauma therapist for the past 15 years. I'm also a yoga teacher and a cannabis educator. So I'd say that healing has been the center of a lot of my work, including some advocacy within the criminal legal system. So I've been doing this for a really long time. And so I do believe as a therapist, I can only take my clients as far as I've gone. And so with that means this importance to prioritize my holistic health. And so yes, mental health, and then now physical health, which I find is directly interconnected with my mental health.
Tell them about it.
I mean, yes, we'll go on, but that's just me.
I love people say just after talking for 5 minutes. It's like, that's it.
No big deal. Yeah.
I love it. Okay. So what you just said about holistic health, people, we use that in the industry. And it feels weird to say I'm in the industry now, but in the wellness industry, we use these terms all the time that are, they're not new to us. Like, we know what they mean. But when you say holistic health, what does that mean?
Yeah. So for me, it means the dimensions of health. And I'm not going to say how many, because I'm just going to list them, because then I want to get the number wrong. But anyway, I believe the foundation is mental health. Obviously, I'm biased, right? And then there's the physical health. Then there's our spiritual health. And then I think the health that's either misnamed or often forgotten about is our intellectual health, which can lean towards our creative kind of aspects, but also our professional development and academia kind of parts of our lives. So I would say that that's holistic health, is where we can find balance between those 4 dimensions.
I love that. And I think the piece that I'd extract from that is, if any one of those things is out of whack, then you're going to feel it. I think a lot about a mobile for a baby mobile that you put over a crib, and it's being held together by one point at the top, and you've got all these different things going on. But even if we just think about a single line that has your 4 types of health, right? Your mental, physical, spiritual, and intellectual. So we've got them all hanging by this one thread here. And balance means that they're all here. And it's easy. I think it's very easy to focus on one, whichever one is comfortable for you, right? So for you as a therapist, sort of mental, spiritual, or someone else might focus on their academics or, their intellectual health, and think that the other part is not for you, but it matters over your your whole well-being.
Yeah, you brought up a good point. And I do find that it comes from a place of people focusing on one part and then also people not knowing how to nurture the other parts. So specifically, like, because I work with primarily Black women, primarily trauma survivors, and usually first generationers of all the things. Yeah, literally all the things.
Yep.
And so that does come with this question of, well, how did the women in your life physically take care of themselves? And that answer usually is nothing.
Nothing.
They went to work and they cooked a meal. Maybe they ate the meal. Maybe they sat down and ate the meal.
Maybe.
Rarely. And how sad is that, right? And like just the heavy message that sends to us as young girls in terms of how to take care of ourselves physically. So I do think it's a lot of us learning how to find the balance and like what that looks like from a practical lens.
Yeah.
Not just these like concepts of like find balance, self-care, but like practically every day, what does that mean? Because in my world, healing is a daily practice. Not necessarily this thing we arrive to or this formality or checklist that I think sometimes society can foster.
No, that's real. Yeah. That's real. And focusing on the important piece of everything you said was important. But one of the key things is that people assume they should be already know, right? Just earlier we were talking about setting up for this for this video. I was getting frustrated with myself because I've done this before and why can't I remember? But their whole teams, their whole businesses that are built, billion-dollar businesses around creating a video, right? Like most videos that you see are highly produced and so many people are involved. So to think that I should know how to do every bit of that by myself is just reflective of how we might think we should know how to do everything by ourselves. Particularly as women, particularly as Black women, particularly as first generation of whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. And that's a heavy burden for sure. So what I think and what I've found is the best way to take that first step is to find a guide, right? And so I said earlier that I'm a strength coach, but I really fancy myself a guide. And because I don't like to think like it's interesting to avoid certain titles. And I don't think of myself as a teacher because I don't think of myself as being at the front of the room and this is the way to do it and this is the only way to do it, right? I want to be a guide. And in this iteration of my life, I am a strength and visibility guide, right? Because I've done so much work to do it for myself. And I want to walk next to you and show you some things, right? Like show you some spots not to step on, show you some like ways to get over this creek or this whatever, but allow you sort of the space and autonomy on your path. And so finding the right guide is really, really important. How did you end up here? And thank you for choosing me as your guide.
Well, of course. So like you said, we're friends. So I think I have to first go back to just say how deeply healing this process has been. And like, it's something I've wanted to do for as long as I can remember. So whatever body you will see me in now, most of my life has been lived in a bigger body and would likely be labeled as a fat body. And so for me to make this decision, I knew that it needed to be a Black woman. Because Black women just hold space so preciously, so sacredly, so lovingly for each other in just a way that only a Black woman could. And also, speaking of generational trauma, I knew that it would be healing for my wounds connected to my mother and femininity. And so in all of that, it felt like, all right, this needs to be a trusting person, right? And also somebody with lived experience of like, anybody can say like, oh, I can do this thing. But like you said, I've watched you do the thing. Like openly, transparently, vulnerably, consistently. And it was like, oh, okay. So that felt safe, that felt trusting, and it felt like, oh yeah, like not this pressure. It wasn't commercialized. It wasn't sexualized. It wasn't just made about like the body aspect of it, you know? So for me, it felt like, okay, this is a safe place. And if I'm going to do it, it's going to be with somebody that I call my friend. Like if I'm going to make this financial investment, because it is, I'm going to spend the money, baby. I want it to be somewhere that I know is doing good work and somebody that's a good person.
Thank you.
Because it feels good to be supported by you in this way. So yeah, that's the why I chose you, because you about it. You online, you showing up. You know,
thank you.
I'm like, shoot, I want to jump on the box thing and I want to lift the dumbbells. I want to do the things too. Shoot, I'm going to jump the rope. So,
oh my gosh, the rope. Well, first, thank you so much. That was really kind of you. I appreciate, and I'm learning to appreciate being seen in this way. And that started for me as accountability, right? If I show that I'm doing it, and I've gone back and looked at some of my early videos, and I was like, I was trying real hard. Like I was huffing through those things, right? But if I show that I'm doing it, then there's this accountability, because people are going to ask you, how's it going? Or, and especially when you're in a gym, after a certain amount of time, there's people are looking for you. Oh, I didn't see you yesterday, right? Like, oh, where you been? Which is kind of cool, which is really cool, but can also be a little bit scary for people. So that's how it started. And then now I realize that almost everything that I do, I do it for me first. And then I know that the secondary piece of that is that it gives someone else permission to do the same, right? And so when I talk about being strong, for me, it's reminding myself out loud that I am physically strong, not just sort of emotionally and emotionally strong to hold other people's shit, right? But that I'm physically strong, and that I can talk about that accurately, factually, and without shame. And that gives someone else permission to do the same thing. Oh no, I'm just trying to get toned. No, I'm trying to get jacked, right? Like Jilled, if you want to, right? If you want to feminize it. But because I know that when I feel strong, I stand differently, I walk differently, I talk differently. And so don't get it wrong. I do like looking good, and I've looked the best than I have ever. And I think you'll say the same about yourself, right? But I have learned over the last couple of years that while that is a wonderful, wonderful benefit, and one that I don't shy away from, it's actually secondary to the emotional strength that I now am able to tap into. So let's talk first about how good you feel about how you look. And then we'll do the other part, because that is the piece that, again, women get shamed for. Oh, you think you're all that? I mean, I don't think. But no, that's like real. Toot your own horn, right? And be factual, without demising anybody else, without, not admitting that there's still stuff you want to work on. But tell me a little bit about how you feel about this benefit of looking different than you did before.
Yeah, I'll talk about the duality of it, because I feel
that's safer.
It would be a disservice to talk about the ups and not the downs of it.
We'll get to it. Okay. Yes. Well, I want to hear it all.
I think for me, first, it was a struggle seeing myself in this newer, smaller body. And so I would let's say if I had a cookie, in my mind, my body went back to the bigger body.
From one cookie.
After
4 months.
Girl.
Body dysmorphia is.
Yes. Yes. And I had to label it. I had to label it as that, and really, again, settle into, okay, how am I nurturing this dysmorphia? And that brought me to scheduling and being really intentional about spending time in the mirror naked. And really looking at myself.
Yes.
Forcing myself to look at myself.
I love it.
And just sitting in it and standing in it and dancing in it even, right? This is what my body looks like and feels like this size now.
Yeah.
I think another component that feels I would say the best, honestly, is the feedback.
Okay.
Hype me, baby. When you see me, tell me how good I look, please.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm also grateful to have very vocal and vulnerable and open people in my life that also shower me with like just so much positivity and compliments. So I'm constantly being adored and just reminded of how good my body looks and being called petite and small. It's like, what? I've never been called petite.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And
dainty.
like, going through my clothes and like having to buy new clothes and things that used to be tight are now too big and having to throw away jeans. And it's been probably the biggest boost of confidence that I've had as it relates to my physical health ever.
Wow.
Ever. Because other times I've lost weight have been on like weight loss supplements, and this is not a weight loss supplement shame.
Yes.
This is not, because I'm saying that I have done it before. And so the fact that this transformation was merely connected to sisterhood, community, like strength training, financial investment was like very different than this almost, I'm taking this thing to help me suppress my appetite, where it's like, no, I'm showing up with the accountability and that's helping. I'm changing the way I eat and that's helping. I'm changing the way I live my life and that's helping. I'm changing the way that I exercise and that's helping.
I'm changing the way I invest in my health.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. The way that I invest in myself, you know what I mean? Like coming here twice a week is not easy to do. There's many days that I don't want to show up. So,
and then I call you.
Yeah.
Ma'am, where you at?
Right. It's been the biggest boost of confidence, but I do feel good. I can't wait to be outside. I'm crop topping.
Scissors.
I'm outside. You hear me? Prepare to be sick of me. Prepare to be sick of me. I'm outside and everything doing whatever.
Scissors, hate to see you coming.
Listen, booty shorts, crop top. Hello.
Yes. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's so good. I mean, the thing that I want to make sure is really clear, and I'm not saying that you think this, right? But sometimes people are afraid to acknowledge whatever the change is, right? So if you're getting big, I mean, Caribbeans will tell you to your face real fast. Shout out to my Caribbean family. But people are afraid to sort of tell you when you get too big. They're also afraid to tell you when you get too small. Like, then they'll start to tell you, like, don't disappear. Oh, you look good. Stop here. It's like, relax. Because the line, I can't trust you for the line. Like, the line between good and not good in either direction is so thin and so translucent and so dependent on who you're talking to. It's hard to set up your own value system on that.
Yeah.
So people might be afraid. Not everyone receives the sort of, I mean, the energy that you've been talking about, which is reflective of the group that you're around. I think that you're comfortable, they're comfortable with you, they're honest and like feedback sharing, like that's really great. But some people don't get that. Right. It's extremes. And I think it's important for the community to know that you can encourage someone in either direction without shaming them for where they're at. So like saying that you are petite now or looking, it doesn't mean that you were awful or unworthy before when you were bigger, but people's own feelings about that affects how they're able to show up for you in the moment. And so it's all layered because we all have these wild, deeply ingrained, taught beliefs about what we're supposed to look like. And how we're supposed to behave based on what we look like. So I'm really happy for you that you have people that are, you said to me, people said that you're glowing. And you are.
Yes,
you are. Thank you. For sure.
Yeah, it's been so impactful to my mental health. Like very, very much the antidepressant, very much the anti-anxiety. And one of, I think, my new favorite, like grounding techniques. I do feel grounded. I feel stronger. I feel more disciplined when I leave here. Yeah. Even though, again, I kick and scream coming.
And through it.
Yeah. But for me, I think you said before, like, it's this reminder that I can do hard things. Yeah. And I need that as a Black woman entrepreneur, you know, living in many intersections.
Yeah.
I do need the reminder that I can do hard things, because living amongst in the intersections is hard.
Yeah. I'm stuck on the I can do hard things, because the flip side of that is we should also allow some softness for ourselves, right? And so one of the things that I work diligently on for this space, for the Ekow Body Wellness space, is that I want you to feel powerful and held, so that you can be both strong and soft at the same time. I don't want to have to, or feel like I have to give up my softness in order to claim strength. I think that there's a beautiful place where you can bring softness into strength, right? And that when you're strong, you actually have more space to be soft, right? You have there's less of that shameful, I mean, we're still working through body dysmorphia, but less of that shameful talk that's on yourself, that gives you more space to be soft with yourself and with others.
Yeah, I think that approach is anti-racist and anti-patriarchy. That so much of the way that we live is rooted in racism and this harshness and this deprecating, just dehumanizing way that we think we need to motivate people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so back to your question of like, why you? It was like, because I did need a soft place to land, because this is such a deep wound, right? Like it goes back generations and generations. So it didn't need to be that now get up and do push-ups. And, you know, it needed to be loving and gentle and encouraging, even when I was thinking the worst of the things, you know what I mean? Or do think the worst of the things. So yeah, I think that's an anti-racist approach, and one that I needed. And I think one that we all need.
I love it. I mean, sometimes you wake up, you're just doing your job, right? and then you're reminded that there's a reason why you are doing this specific job. And I think that's so important for women and for entrepreneurs, right? Like, yes, there's so many places where you can choose to be, but there's only one place where I am. And there's only one person who can do this particular thing the way that I do it. And so I'm so grateful to have a place to serve that was like overflowing in me and just like didn't have anywhere to put it, which is why we're here now. Can you talk a little bit about how strength training, particularly, because I know we talked a lot about spinning and running. You're looking to start running this spring, which I'm really excited for you. Like anything that's going to get you out in the sunshine for a little bit more. But the root system of what I do here is based on strength training, because I've spent a lot of my young adulthood and probably my high school years as well, like chasing, running, right? How much running can I do? How much cardio can I do to change my body? And I found in this iteration of myself that I didn't need as much as I thought, right? But strength training and hard weights and metal and iron and barbells, right? And bench presses. Every 12-year-old boy knows what a bench press is and is waiting for their first bench press. But that's not offered to girls, let alone to women. We're not invited into that space. And so the fact that that is here, you know, in the middle of soft linen and plants, we do have cold, hard iron that is really transforming your body, right? How has your feelings around strength training and your ability to access strength changed since you've been here?
Yeah, I mean, I can second what you mentioned in regards to how women are socialized about working out and growing up under well, believing that weights were for men, and that, oh, if women lift weights and they'll get bulky and then that won't be feminine looking, and then you can't wear a dress because you got muscles. So having to unlearn that was a journey. And then because I'm a therapist and I like to consume healthy information, I quickly learned, maybe not quickly, maybe like my mid-30s, just how important having muscles is. And also understanding that like my body was not going to recomposition without the weight training, right? So from when we started to now, I've lost about like 13 pounds. However, I've lost 13 pounds within my lifetime before, but my body has not transformed like this before because I was not doing the weights.
Yeah.
So I think for me, it's helped me to validate and give me the evidence that it is what's important to change your shape. You know what I mean? And that it is possible to change your shape. And maybe change is not the word, but to evolve it and reveal, to shift. So yeah, it's proven to help me with energy. It's also helped to when I did lose the weight, like my skin is not as flabby, as saggy. And I feel like I look sexier with the muscle, you know? So yeah, I realize that it's more important than the cardio, actually.
It's balance, right? It's all balance of and we do cardio. It's just the form of cardio we do here is jump rope, right? Get it done out of the way, right? Quickly, but you don't have to be on a treadmill for an hour, right? Every single time.
Right. Yeah.
Something you just said about that it's possible to change. One of the things I think keeps people back, women, everybody, but women particularly, is thinking that it's not going to make a difference. That I've been in this body for so long, right? Even if this, whatever state you're in, happened because of a transition that you didn't acknowledge, right? Or like a trauma that you didn't acknowledge. I consider childbirth a traumatic experience. No matter how good it is, it's still traumatizing for your body. And those early years is harsh on your body. Lifestyle changes, professional changes, all of those things we don't take into consideration. We just blame ourselves for where we are now. And then when you're there for long enough, it becomes your new normal. So then you start thinking, it's not going to matter. What helped you to believe that doing something would change, like would have an effect, that it would matter, that it would do something?
I think this has been a lifelong desire of mine, is to fully commit to a physical wellness routine. So I think for me, it's a spiritual journey. Like this is, yes, a part of my physical health. Yes, a part of my mental health, but it was God. Like I truly believe there was whispers from God that literally said, get ready. You know what I mean? And I can't speak to like what the ready is for, but for now I can say, get ready to live. And me understanding that taking care of my body is essential to living, right? Like that is my legacy, is my life. And so I think it's just this deep reverence of, I need to do this to live a balanced life or a life, period.
And the kind of life that you want.
Well, right. And I think also my lived experience as a therapist and witnessing countless women, commit to their mental health journeys and the things that they write down manifest into real tangible things that they had not believed. And I can speak to even my own self. So I think this just inner knowing that change is possible. Just redirecting that energy. Because I think as people, we spend the energy that we want on the things that we want. And I would challenge everybody, look at your screen time.
You got time.
You got time. No, seriously. Look at your screen time. Look, it is shocking what numbers come up for people's phone screen time.
I'm people.
Yeah, I'm people.
Yeah,
I'm people. I do it with my clients all the time, and I'm people.
Yeah.
My numbers aren't too far from theirs.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, I think it's just inner knowing and having witnessed it in so many different aspects. So it wasn't a matter of like, is it possible? But like, am I going to move the barriers out of my life to make it possible?
Yeah.
Right. And for me, that was really about not abandoning myself. Like that is what this is about. Like prioritizing me over the business, over the clients, over being a caregiver and all these other roles that I play in the community. But no, like I need this for me, because if I'm not well, then I can't be of service.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was life or death ultimately. Yeah.
That's real. That's real. And it's not, it may be for some people, right? In the moment we're talking about like, diabetes or like health things, right? And so someone could hear that and it feels dramatic, right? But it's real. It might not be life or death right this second, but over the course of your whole life, right? It is that serious. Finding a way to take care of your body, particularly because it's easy it's not easy anyway. Let me say this again. It's not easy for women to prioritize themselves, any part of themselves. It's the least easy for women to prioritize their physical body because of all of the demands and the way that people will start to tell you that you think too much of yourself, right? Yeah. Who are you? Who do you think you are to make time to go work out?
What do you mean this is a standing 12 o'clock?
Yes.
What do you mean you can't move it?
Yes.
I can't move it.
I can't move it.
And I'm not moving
and
it.
I'm not moving. I love that. I love that.
This is what I do on Wednesdays and Fridays. Either you have me show up sweaty or not. I don't know what you want from me.
Oh my God, I love that. So two more things I want to ask you. So particularly like just physically, what is something that you can do now physically that you couldn't do before when you started?
Girl, everything. Shave my legs without back pain. Let's start there.
Yeah.
I can shave my legs without back pain.
Yo, talk about trying to clip that nail.
Listen.
Like clip your toe. I remember I was getting like Charlie horses in my stomach trying to tie my shoe or like being down, snapping the bodysuit. I got the worst Charlie horse of my life trying to snap the second button. Oh my God. Yeah. I gave up. I took it off. Yeah. I couldn't breathe. Right. I was crying. It's little things that are actually huge things in terms of life. What's the word I'm looking for? Quality of life. Yeah. In terms of quality of life.
Yeah. But no, I can bench press 60 pounds.
Yes, you can.
Not even being able to do 20 pound bicep curls. I can be in a handstand on the wall for maybe about 5 seconds.
Listen, most grown-ups haven't been upside down in their whole grown-up life.
There was another performance goal that we did. I can't remember.
You're working on push-ups?
Yes. But I'm so much stronger.
Your jump rope, that was your...
Yes, I can do 1 foot a little bit now. Cut my jump rope time down almost in half. I had that weird jump stop thing, and now I can just jump.
Yes, you were doing double jumps, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Like my brain.
And now you can just, that single jump is a big deal. It is a big deal.
It feels good.
I'm so glad.
Yeah, but I feel like I can do a lot more things. And the daily things come with more ease. Yeah, like walking upstairs, just the daily things that I used to take for granted do come with a lot more ease now.
Amazing.
Yeah, it feels so good.
Amazing. The last thing I'll say is, it's a journey, right? So like a lot of times people are trying to get ready for summer. I mean, you see now that you needed to start in December to be ready for June.
Summer bodies have to be in the crock pot in the winter.
In the winter.
Baby. And that's why I'm going to be ready.
And this is your first summer. Wait till the following summer.
Listen, I had a conversation this morning. I need a summer in this body. We are not playing with any of the things. I need a summer in this body. You hear me? There will be no things happening.
That's amazing. I know what you're talking about. So yes, and this is just going to be, if we think about summer as a season, right? The year as a season, this is going to be your first season in this body, right?
Yes.
And just imagine when you're thinking about this for long term, right? Who knows what it might look like? You started every day. And we had a conversation where I was like, ma'am, okay, right? But there are challenges out there like 75 Hard that are meant to have you do a bunch of things, hardcore, no exceptions, for a certain amount of time. And the way that works is that it jumpstarts your body. But there's an ending to that. It's called 75 Hard for a reason, because at 75 days, now you need to take a pause and look at what you've been doing, because it was very challenging, which is why it's called a challenge. And now you see what's possible. But for real life, right? That kind of intensity is not possible to sustain forever. Right? So you started out real hardcore every day. And I remember telling you needed a rest day, but we were like, okay, fine, active rest, whatever that means. So now you're in a groove, right? You're finding your way now after those 3 months. How do you feel about adjusting from thinking that you had to do something every day or else you were going to fall off the wagon forever, to now what I see in you is that you're trusting yourself, that you have some anchors in your week and you can balance some other things, and that you're still going to be okay. How does that feel to you?
It feels, I think what you said earlier, it feels like the evidence that I can trust myself, right? And that the work is an investment and it's not going anywhere so whimsically, right? And that my body is my body, and the work that I'm doing is the anchor, and it is what's keeping me stable and grounded in it. It's been interesting. You know what I mean? I think it's also given me flexibility to not deprive myself in certain areas, in terms of like going out to dinner and having the thing, or eating the cookie, or eating the piece of candy. It's helping me build a healthier relationship with food. There it is. I said all of that to see. There it is.
There it is.
Yeah. And that, again, I can have the candy without, it's going to spiral into this weekend binge. You know what I mean? So it's been helpful to help me change my relationship with food, help me change my relationship with myself. And it counteracts the body dysmorphia. And that the work that I'm putting in is real. It's not leaving anywhere. I can take a break for a day or two, or sometimes 3 or 4. You know,
rest is important.
And when I get back on the bike, I'm not going to be feeling like I'm climbing up a mountain. Like, you know, the muscles are the muscles and my strength is the strength. It's, again, not going anywhere so quickly if I decide to rest. And I think it's important for everyone, especially when you're working on your fitness, to realize that rest is not the same as break, right? And that rest, like a break happens, but rest is scheduled. Like we schedule rest because we need rest. The physical way that your muscles and your body works is you put stress on it, like you tear the muscle, like you tear it apart in the work that you're doing, but then you have to give it a moment to repair. And so you
rip apart the muscle while you're working, and then when you rest, it comes back together, but it's stronger than it was before. It's bigger, it's thicker, whatever. And then you rip it apart, and then you give it apart. So you end up having this moment where your body is, and this doesn't mean you're getting bigger and bigger, but your muscle is sort of is healing and repairing and fortifying itself. Your muscles, your bones, like, it's so important. But the rest is as important as the work, because the transformation happens during the rest. Just like the healing happens when we're sleeping. The sleep is so good, so important. The last thing I'll say is, I will make a joke about, I always think about my hair, and I always think that the back of my hair is not my problem. Right. Like, I can't see it. Why are you stressing out about what the back of my head looks like? I'm focused on what I can see that makes me happy or that I want to work on. When you think about your physical body, right? Just taking a moment to just admire yourself. What parts of your own body right now can you say that you are really happy with, right? Because I say all the time to focus on the good. Yes, there are things you're working on, and the fact that you want something, that you like something, doesn't mean you don't still have areas of growth, or you're still not working, or you give like, oh, I'm done. I'm cute. I'm done now, right? So if we focus on the good, what's something that you're really proud of right now?
I am really proud of this waist hip ratio, baby. Hold on. I'm really, really, really proud of it. Because again, in a bigger body, it's hard to see the silhouette. And so now that I've lost some fat around my waist, I can see the shape of it, and it's beautiful.
And it's always been there.
Beautiful,
It's always been there. It was just hidden.
What the girls say, shaped like a figure 8.
Oi.
I also really love my back. Well, it's hard to see it.
Yes.
But I find ways, and it's really sexy. And again, I love the silhouette of it, right? Like the way it comes in and comes out.
Tells a story.
Baby,
baby.
I would say those two things are my favorite. And my waist beads. I love the way my waist beads fall on my waist now. I'm just crop top me. Crop top me. I'm crop topping everywhere. In the board meetings, I'm being a crop top.
This is the joy of being an entrepreneur, like being your own boss. This is the dress code. I love it. Well, I just want to say first, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today. I know we're going to get into class in a little bit, but thank you so much for taking the time to talk about this really personal thing, because you talked earlier about having a witness, and sometimes we try to do these big life-changing things in the quiet, in the dark, secretly. And I think that's protective, right? In case it doesn't work, in case it doesn't happen the way I want. I don't want people to think blah, 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 blah. But thank you for being so open and transparent, and for being such a joy in class. I love your dance breaks. I love your whole personality adds some joy in here that I enjoy, right? Like that I love. It feeds me. It feeds me. We all have our frequencies, and I think they blend so well together. So thank you for bringing that to Ekow Body. I really appreciate you. All right. So thank you so much for taking time to experience this conversation with us. I don't know when we'll do this again, but maybe it'll happen again. Let us know if you have any questions, particularly for Kevnesha. Kevnesha, where can people find you if they're looking for therapy services? Or you're a therapist, right?
I am not taking therapy clients right now.
Oh, okay, sorry.
If you're interested in some cannabis education, I have some trainings coming up, so you can find me on Mark Zuckerberg's internet at Kevnesha_LPC on Instagram and Facebook. And my website is www.kevnesha.com.
Okay, we'll link it in wherever the links go. And if you have any questions about joining a Prime class or coming to check out Ekow Body Wellness, I welcome you. And so there'll be contact information for you to do that. Again, Kevnesha, thank you so much for your time today. I'm so proud of you and your sexy back. All right. Until next time, we'll see you. Bye.
Bye.
You
This
did
was good.
great.
Thank
This is
you.
really good.
Thank you.
This is